When Thomas inherited his grandfather's creaky old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, he thought it was a blessing. Tired of the city, he wanted peace, solitude, time to write. The place was old, but solid hardwood floors, thick stone walls, and not another soul for miles. But the silence didn't last. It started on the third night. As Thomas lay in bed, a faint sound stirred beneath the floorboards. It wasn't rats or creaking pipes. It was whispering, too soft to understand, too steady to be imagined. He pressed his ear to the wood. It stopped. The next night it returned, closer, clearer. We're still here. Thomas bolted upright. The voice was dry, like wind blowing through bones. He searched the house, attic, basement, pantry, nothing. Just old furniture and the smell of dust and mothballs. He called the local hardware store and had every crack sealed, every crawl space checked. But every night the whispers came back, "Don't leave us down here." One night, after too little sleep and too much bourbon, Thomas shouted back into the floor, "Who are you?" The whisper responded instantly from directly beneath him, "We are the forgotten." He leapt back. The floor shuddered faintly under his feet as if something beneath had shifted. The next morning he found deep scratch marks beneath the bed, 3 long, parallel gouges in the wooden planks. Not fresh, but not old either. They hadn't been there before. He went into town trying to make sense of it. An old woman at the diner leaned close when he asked about the farmhouse. "That place was built on cursed land," she said, eyes narrowing. "Your grandfather knew it. That house was supposed to be demolished after the war. Why?" She hesitated. "Because of what they found underneath. Bodies, children. Buried under the floor like they were never meant to be remembered." Thomas didn't sleep that night. He sat in the living room with a flashlight and a crowbar. By midnight the whispers returned, louder than ever. "Let us out." Driven by dread and curiosity, he pried up the floorboards. Dust billowed up, but beneath the boards was nothing, just cold dirt. And then he saw it, a tiny skeletal hand poking through the earth, another beside it, and another. He staggered back, but the floor behind him cracked open, and a foul wind howled upward from the dark. "You heard us." Hands reached from the shadows, dozens of them, gripping the edges of the boards, clawing toward the light. Tiny faces, hollow-eyed and grinning, emerged from the soil. Thomas screamed and ran, but the house twisted. The door wouldn't open. The windows were bricked shut, and the last thing he felt was the cold drag of fingers pulling him under the floor, down where the others waited. Now the house is silent again, except sometimes if you put your ear to the floor, you might still hear the whispers. "We're not alone anymore."